Good evening, everyone. Today is Friday, July 22nd. It's about 7:18 p.m. and it is 75 degrees out. And normally we would walk down this street, on Kino Ole Street, but today I'm going to head to the shore. So we'll get to see the water just as the sun is setting today. Nice little sunset going. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. It is the holiday weekend. It's a holiday weekend, so that means there's going to be fireworks on Sunday, July 4th. If you work for a bank or a financial institution, geez, these guys really painted their house beautifully. The whole thing was just plain white originally. So July 4th on Sunday, so okay. It looks like Mauna Kea is actually visible just over the clouds today. This evening, I should say. That's the top of a volcano. And those three little dots that you can see there, those three dots, those three dots, that's a space observatory. That's the main one here. And you can just see the clouds over just below. I mentioned in previous videos that there's a dispute right now over the observatory because they want to build a much bigger one for, like, I don't know, I think like $2 billion or maybe $4 billion. We've got some people playing tennis tonight. In Lincoln Park. I believe this is called Lincoln Park. But yeah, at the top, so the top of the mountain is sacred, and so there basically shouldn't be an observatory there already. But my understanding is that it's because of its location. Its location is sacred in terms of the people from here, the Hawaiian Kingdom. But then my understanding is that in terms of location for observatories, the one that's right there is at one of the best locations in the world. And so I think they've been able to get just all kinds of images and all kinds of data from that particular observatory, and so that's the reason that they want to build a new one. Got some shops down that way. So I mentioned this on the channel before, but as for me personally, I mean, I'm a science guy. I think it would be, I think it would be one of the coolest things to see, like a state-of-the-art observatory, right where I live. But of course, but of course, I side with the people whose land this actually is, in terms of what to do with the land. So, maybe at some point, they'll negotiate something that is so beneficial that it'll go through, and they'll build the observatory. Hey, how's it? Or maybe not. Maybe, time will tell. So for now, we're just heading down to Hilo Bay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see my old swimming spot. I haven't been down there in so long. I haven't gotten any footage from there in so long. At Coconut Island. I'm smelling some. Hey, how's it? I'm smelling some. I thought I was smelling some barbecue for just a second. Wow, I almost never get to see Mauna Kea. There's always just clouds covering it most of the time, but it's visible just above the clouds. Look forward to making it up there, and getting to see the island from the top of a mountain. I haven't been to any of the summits here yet. The local farmers market is all closed up. How's it? The local farmers market is closed. All right. I feel like I'm smelling some kind of barbecues or something right now. I know there's a handful of restaurants down in this area. But it smells like people are grilling outside, which is great. Here's my old swimming spot, Coconut Island. All those trees right by the hotels that are there. In the distance. And yeah, I think people are grilling out the back of their cars. Is that called tailgating? I think it's called tailgating. Oh. Here's Mo'oheu Park and Mo'oheu Bus Terminal. Right here you can catch buses that go all around the island. Like you can actually get, I think the fare is like $2 and you can get all the way to the other side of the island. Hey, is it still open here for now?
No, 7 o'clock is when the park closed.
7 o'clock? Okay.
Yeah, so
Alright, I can, oh shoot.
pass through.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll pass through.
Yeah,
Thanks. Alright. Alright, passing through. Oh man, it is a a little bit humid. Hold on. Oh. Wow. Okay. Wow, did they just put all this? Wow. Hold on a moment. Okay. I'm used to seeing big rocks all along this shore, but instead there's sand. There's a lot of sand all up and down the shore. You can see that it's almost dark, but this sand wasn't here before. There was just rocks before, and I can just never tell. Like the tide that brings in material is so powerful. Sometimes it brings in tons of sand, sometimes it brings in tons of like huge trees, just like 100-foot trees, like tree trunks. So I can't tell if this was intentional or not, if this was made a little bit, if they put sand here to make it a little bit more convenient for tourists now that the island is basically open. It's basically open back up and getting some tourism. But that's the first time I was able to just walk over a little hill of sand and just be right here at the beach. Normally there's all kinds of jagged rocks and stuff. The ocean very well could have just brought all the sand in on its own. But most of the beaches on the Hilo side of the island are rocky. They have a lot of rocks, whereas most of the beaches on the Kona side have a lot of sand. There's just one more little shot of my swim spot all the way on the other side. You guys, if you've seen my videos before, then you know that you usually see me take walks all the way over, and all the way over. It's about a 30-minute walk, maybe 25 minutes without recording. But while recording for you guys, I would say maybe 45 minutes to an hour, since I'm kind of like, doing some sightseeing and narrating. But while the water here is not warm outright, it's not warm outright, it still always falls within a temperature that is basically comfortable for swimming. So like right now, you could jump in the water and you would definitely feel it. You definitely would feel the coolness of the water, without a doubt. It's probably, if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably around maybe 75 degrees right now, or 73 degrees, something like that. But it's never so cold that you can't go swimming. So you can go like at nighttime if you want to on this side of the island. And then on the other side of the island, where the sun is setting, the water, my understanding is that the water is always warm. On this side of the island, the water is warm. I mean, the water is cool. The water is a little bit cool. But if you swim out far enough into the ocean, it gets warm. And not even that far out, just maybe, like 30 yards, not even that far out. It gets warm. But still not as warm as on the other side of the island. And then on the other side, it's warm. It's warm all the time. So from what I've gathered since I've been here, basically I think basically the Hawaiians live on this side of the island, more or less, the normal people. And then the people who just have tons and tons of money live on the other side of the island. And there are apparently like really immaculate houses and mansions and stuff on the other side of the island, which must be insane. Like, must be incredible to have like a beach mansion. But I think most people here live in, like in ordinary houses. Like, I guess you could count them as beach houses if they happen to be close to the shore, which is still great in its own right, like absolutely, like without a doubt. A lot of cloud coverage today, so I'm thinking that means it'll rain overnight, maybe in the morning, probably overnight. The clouds are moving in from the ocean as usual, and just sort of been keeping my eye on the mainland and the heat waves, and now the hurricane that's coming into to Florida. And this is just the first time that I've that I've had a chance to live someplace where it's pretty much comfortable weather all the time. So that's something that's definitely something that's different. That's different for me. I feel a little bit like, how do you say, like where my heart goes out to, to people in different parts of the mainland that are experiencing, like kind of extreme, basically extreme weather. They say that there's a hurricane season here, but that all the hurricanes that basically look like they're heading to Hawaii never reach it or always end up going around it. So, but there is technically a hurricane season for this side for this part of the Pacific. I think the biggest things here though are honestly think it's just volcanic eruptions and maybe the very occasional tsunami. But I think it's mostly just the volcanoes that are causing any extreme 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 conditions. So, not too bad, but it doesn't mean that there's not anything at all. I think I said in the last in the last in the last in the last vlog that I made that I feel earthquakes pretty regularly, and I kind of didn't know what to expect here, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that hip hop. That hip hop is pretty popular here. I mean, I guess technically it's popular every goddamn where, but